Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're all going to be talking about VSG. If you don't know what that is getting the gastric sleeve. I did VSG surgery because girl, I was scared and we did it. I can't believe I was a size 18 and now your girl's a size 10. Like what? I have tried so many times to lose weight. Everyone on here could be like, oh, you're so lazy, you just had to work out and eat healthy. I'm a mommy of 3. I'm always on the go. I also have PCOS, so my body just like holds on to all the sugar. It's harder for me to lose weight. I used to love hiking. I used to do softball. I used to do tennis. I was very athletic, and then like once I became a mom, everything just kind of went. I forgot about myself, my health, everything about me gone. I've been on like different like medicines to like stop with hunger. I did try Ozempic, which made me sick to my stomach. I seriously felt like I was having morning sickness all the time, like, or feeling like car sick. I felt car sick all the time. I tried it, I think, for like a year, and then in that whole year I only lost 15 pounds. When I stopped it, that's when my weight just like spiraled out of control and I could feel myself getting heavy. I was tired all the time. I wasn't happy all the time. I was negative. I would look at my body and I'm just like, I am disgusting. Like my kids are looking at me like this big girl, and I'm unhappy, I'm unhealthy, and I was tired. I was tired. I would look at myself in the mirror and I just hated myself. I hated who I was. I hated how I felt. I hated how I looked. I constantly wore black. I never wanted to be, I wasn't into myself. I was always like, I just didn't care. I didn't care about how I looked like at work. I would wear just like a regular shirt or scrubs, like the pants, the scrub pants. And I was just unhappy, and I knew a few people who did the VSG surgery and they absolutely loved it. So I started taking the classes through Kaiser, and it covered the surgery because I had qualified for it with like my PCOS, me being a specific amount of weight or having a certain amount of BMI. So I went through the classes. So the classes are like a 10-week period. You take one class once a week. Within that, you do have to get weighed. I think you have to weigh in about 2 or 3 times during those classes. During those classes, you do have to get your blood drawn as well, I think in the beginning and at the end. So you also get tested for H. pylori, which is a type of bacteria in your gut, which is a stool test. Yeah, you have to do that. And then you also get a urine test to test for any nicotine in your urine. So once you finish everything and you do all the testing and everything looks good, I kid you not, the doctors will call you so fast to start your surgery. My mindset going into the surgery was basically, I'm just gonna take these classes and see how it goes, because I don't think I'm gonna do that. They're gonna go in and literally your belly is like this and they're gonna reshape it into like the size of a little banana. Like, I'm just like, there's no way that they're gonna touch me. I'm not doing the surgery. I paid attention, but not really paid attention to the classes. It's a whole life-changing experience. That's what they talk about. They talk about, make sure you take your vitamins, and there's just a whole lot that goes into the surgery. I just felt like I wasn't ready for the surgery. Maybe like a week after I had passed everything, the blood test and urine test and stool sample and stuff, the doctor calls me and was like, oh, I want to schedule your surgery. So I'm like thinking, oh, okay, it's gonna be like in a month. He's like, no, we can do it like next week. So I'm just like, do I want to do this? Like, do I not? And I'm like, let's schedule it 4 weeks out. The doctor did not seem like he liked that. He was just like, well, we can do it sooner. And I was like, okay, but I'm not ready. So he was like, okay. So we did that, and then you go in for another weigh-in. And you do like a meet and greet with the doctor, and he talks about the surgery and everything. And before the procedure, they do talk to you over the phone, that they go over your weight, and they put you, depending on if you gained weight or lost weight before the surgery, they do put you on a special diet. So he put me on a special diet for I think a week or 2 weeks before my procedure. And basically I'm only supposed to have one 400-calorie meal, and I could only have 2 protein drinks throughout the whole day, and the rest of it needs to be just strictly water. So that's all I'm supposed to have. So I did do that, and then about 2 days before the procedure, you're on an all liquid diet. So like chicken broth, clear proteins you're supposed to be having. So I went and did that, and I suffered. I felt like the whole liquid diet was hard for me. I was hungry, and I think because my mind, like the whole mindset that I had going into this procedure was, I'm not going to do this procedure. So I just felt like I wasn't ready. So the day before the procedure, in the evening, I actually called them and canceled because I was so scared, and I was supposed to be there at 5 in the morning. I think I gave him like a 24-hour notice of telling him like, hey, look, like I'm going to cancel. Like, no, I am scared. You guys are taking my stomach away. Like, that is crazy to me. Like, weeks passed by, and I have, someone who was gonna get the surgery done after me, but because I got scared and canceled it, he ended up going before me. And he came back, and I saw his results, and I'm just like, I didn't see this person for like 2 weeks, and you can already see like a drastic change. So I called and rescheduled my appointment. I did that, the whole diet thing with the 2 protein drinks and the 400 calorie meal. I did that, and then I ended up losing weight. And it's crazy because this time around, I think I had a different mindset. Like, okay, I'm going to do this. I know the consequences. I know the lifestyle. I know the whole changing that I'm going to be doing. But also, I know the happiness too that also comes with it. And I do feel like I had a total different mindset going in the second time around, because 2 days before, where I had to be on that liquid diet, it came so easy. I wasn't hungry. I was so motivated. It just a total change in like how I felt. So I did everything, and then it was the day of. I have done some research, and like I looked up videos and things of like people's experiences and things that they have done. A few people were like, oh, I just had my significant other kind of like basically drop me off, so that way they're not waiting there for like so many hours. So it's just a drop off, and they would come pick me up. So I told my boyfriend like, oh, you don't need to drop me off. I don't want you missing work. Like, it's fine. I'm a big girl. Like, I got it. I'll drive myself there. Or I'll have someone in my family drop me off, and then you can just pick me up. And he's like, okay, cool. No. Do not. Girl, guys, don't. Because your nerves, the day of, I'm like shaking. I'm just like, oh my God, like I told my boyfriend to not come. Like, it's like way last minute for him to even, cancel work. Like, what am I gonna do? Luckily, I have the best support system in the world. My family's freaking amazing. But I went to drop off my baby and with her babysitter, so that way, I can go get this procedure done. And my cousin was like, oh, son, I'll drive you there and I'll drop you off. So my nerves are all over the place. And we get there, and I'm checking in, and I can just feel like my heart is just racing. Like, I honestly was just so scared. Like, I remember the feelings of like my adrenaline just like spiraling. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like, am I actually gonna do this? Like, I just wanted to cry. My cousin came with me to check me in. She's so sweet. She's like, do you want me to, because they're like, oh, we're gonna take you in, we're gonna set you up and everything, and oh, your cousin's more than welcome to stay with you. So she's so sweet. I asked her, I was like, can you stay? And she was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna stay with you. So I was like, okay, so you could just stay with me until like, they get everything situated, like just to help calm my nerves. So she's like, okay. So then the nurse was like, okay, well, give us an hour or like 30 minutes, and then once we get her situated, we'll have you come into the room. Okay, so she comes into the room with me, and then she stays with me. She's so freaking sweet. She stays with me the whole time. Waited in there maybe like an hour-ish. She stayed with me the whole time. Like, we're just talking and, talking about like future things of like how I'm gonna look or how I'm gonna feel. And
hey, Ash. Hello.
Today's the day I'm getting the gastric sleeve of March
27? 26?
It's March 26th,
2025, and we are officially getting the gastric sleeve. They're gonna give me medicine to calm me down a little bit because my nerves are crazy. We'll be back when I wake up. Bye.
The place, so the hospital, honestly, I think I was just scaring myself. Like I was psyching myself out because to me in there, I felt like I was just a number because you see people go in for surgery, you see people go out, next person, in, out, next person, out. And I'm just like watching all these people and they're like under anesthesia, like waking up. So they're just like, oh, like, you know, and I'm just like, girl, calm down. You are fine. You are fine. Finally, when it came to my turn, I honestly feel like it went so quick. They're just like, okay, we're gonna say bye to your cousin. Like, we're gonna start wheeling you in. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, you guys are supposed to give me stuff to like help calm me down. Like, I am not calm. I canceled 24 hours before the procedure because I was so scared. You guys need to give me something that's going to help calm me down, calm my nerves. So the anesthesiologist, he came in to give me like stuff in my IV to help calm me down, and the nurses kept saying, hurry, the doctor wants her. So they're trying to rush me to get in there, and then the nurse was like, I'm gonna put the medicine in your IV. He squeezed that syringe medicine thing so quick in my IV, it was freaking burning. Like, it stung so much. I kept telling him, it hurts. He's like, we gotta go. Like, he didn't care. So I'm just like, okay. So they're wheeling me in, and I tell my cousin bye. She's like, okay. She's like, you know, your boyfriend's gonna come pick you up, and she's like, everything's gonna be done like before you know it. And then they wheel me into the OR, and I could see her just like leaving, and then like my nerves were just like, but then also the medicine started taking over, so I can feel myself like, okay, like relaxing, like it's cool, you're fine, girl, you're fine. I think they started like strapping me down, and then I remember talking, but I don't know what I was saying. I think I told them, aren't you supposed to put the mask or something? And then I remember just out. I remember waking up from the procedure to, I kid you not, to my nurse being like, babe, look, are you listening? Like, hear the instructions, are you listening? And I could just feel myself just like open my eyes. I'm just like out, right? And I'm like opening my eyes, and I'm just like, I could hear her telling me, no, babe, like, you need to look, these are your discharge instructions. I'm just like, girl, like, I am out of it. I woke up, my boyfriend was right there, and she's going over the instructions with him. I think she was trying to tell me, like, hey, you need to listen, because I was by myself at that moment. But then they called my boyfriend was there, and he took care of everything. I don't do well with waking up from anesthesia. I feel like I do tend to wake up, like, it takes me a little longer to wake up. So when I woke up, I was like extremely groggy, and I'm just like, oh my god. And she's like, babe, like, right after the surgery, we need to get you to, you know, walking, you need to walk around. And then I kind of remember like knocking out again, and then I would wake up again. But like every time I woke back up, there was less and less patients in that department. Like, the department had curtains everywhere, and patients, full of patients. Every curtain that was in there was open. It was like no patients. So I would knock out again, and then wake up and knock out again. And then the last time I woke up and I looked around, and I was like, there's like no one in here. Like, what time is it? Because the doctor told me this whole procedure, like everything together, was probably gonna last about 2 to 4 hours. No, I think we ended up being there for like 6 hours because I couldn't wake up. I remember seeing like almost no one in there, so I kind of forced myself to like stay awake and to walk, because they didn't want me going home until like I did a few laps around that department. So I walked around, and I could see maybe like one patient. I started walking around, and I struggled so much. Like, it was just so uncomfortable, because as I'm walking, I could feel myself just going like this. Like, I was so groggy. My boyfriend went and got all the medicines and everything, and then from there we went back home to go pick up our kids and everything. And then I came home. I could not sleep laying down, because they do you know, they cut your belly, right? So they go through your muscle and everything, and you're sore, and you can't lay down, you can't lay flat. So I had to like sit myself up, but like I propped myself with like so many pillows underneath me, and like I literally would sleep sitting up. Like, I think I was on day 2 where my neck really started hurting, so I had to go buy like a travel pillow, and that is such a game changer. I was knocking out so good, so good. I feel like with this whole procedure, I think days 1 to 3 are hard, because you're like basically learning to eat again, and you can only drink like a small little cup. Like, I'll post some, I'll post a picture right here of like how I had everything set. I made like little like salsa containers, and I just put like the liquid protein, or I put water in there, and I would have to sip that. Like my belly couldn't handle it. I couldn't drink a big gulp. It was literally just sipping, and I feel like it was like that for like the first 3 days. I did have pain in my belly. I would walk slow, but by days 4 and 5, I started to feel like myself. And then the doctor called on day 3, and he's like, "Well, you can kind of start like, you know, taking the like the thicker liquids." So I think it was Fairlife. I was drinking the Fairlife milk, protein milk. So I was drinking a lot of that, and then I think on day 6 or 7, the doctor called again, and he's like, "Oh, if you want, you could try to eat some eggs, something soft, like you could start eating that." And then from there, I kind of just like started eating. I was just like, okay, my body's not tolerating this. But the only advice that I can give you is, if your belly starts making all kinds of noise and starts just feeling a little strange, just stop. Listen to your body. Stop. Don't push it. You don't want to throw up, because they do talk about a dumping syndrome, diarrhea, not throwing up, nausea, fatigue. You get like hot flashes. It's basically, I feel like it's your body rejecting the food. I've never experienced that until like recently. I think I was like 3 months in. I had some like super heavy ice cream, like 3 bites of it, and my stomach just did not like it. So dumping syndrome kicked in about like instantly. And me feeling yucky, it feels like I'm car sick, right? So me feeling yucky, I was like, instead of listening to my body, and I know the ice cream was there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have just 1 more bite. And I swear that 1 bite pushed me to the edge, because I started throwing up. And there's certain things that you have to do to like follow, so that way you know that your stomach is healing and feeling better and things like that. And I think another thing that they tell you not to do is you can't eat like 2 hours before you go to bed, because if you do, so your stomach is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's tiny, right? Your stomach. So when you're packing your food in there, it's kind of like stack. So when you lay down, that stomach acid and everything starts to come up. And I kid you not, I will wake up choking, because the food or the acid comes up here, and I could choke. The stomach acid that comes up is so disgusting. I swear you can smell it. Like, even though it's in your body, you can smell it, because it's like up in here. So it's like, and it even goes into your, like, it just smells horrible. It feels horrible. It feels like there's just like chunks stuck. So then you start gagging, and then you don't want to throw up. So it's like you're like fighting yourself. But that's happened to me twice. So I now know that I can't eat past 7. Since I've had the procedure, I lost 54 pounds, and it's been 4 months. On the 27th of August, I will be 5 months post-op. And I honestly think it's the best decision I have ever made. I don't regret it one bit. I am happy now. I dress different. I feel different. The way I dress, do you see how cute this shirt is? Do you see it? Like, this bow, I absolutely love. Like, I'm gonna be buying more of these tops. My pants, do you see my outfit? Like, who is this girl? I absolutely love to express myself in my clothes now, because before I honestly, like, I just wore black, like 24/7. I just felt like nothing fit me. You know, I don't know if you've seen all those videos like on TikTok, and they're like, oh, you know, I'm finding my pink. It's like when moms go into like mom mode, or they get like really depressed, and like they just kind of like give up on themselves, and then they slowly start to love themselves again, and they find like their true color. Like, that's me. I feel like I'm finding myself all over again, and I'm starting to like love who I am, and I'm actually taking credit for myself. And this whole thing has been a journey, a full lifestyle change. I think at my heaviest, my jeans were a size 18, and 4 months later, I am now a size 10. Because you are losing weight rapidly, the doctor had mentioned that you're basically losing your insulation. You're losing all that body fat. So in 4 months, I lost about 20 or a little more percent of my body fat. And I do feel like there's something that I read about, but it's not talked about too much, and it's about being cold. So they do mention during the classes like, oh, you're gonna be cold a lot. Women tend to get low iron, and I'm cold all the time. I'm always wearing long sleeves. At work I always have my heater on, or I always have like a big sweater on. Like I'm always cold. I feel it on my nose, I feel it on my hands, my feet. I'm always telling my boyfriend like, oh, cuddle me, like I'm cold, like let me go on my blanket. But I had like a scary experience. It was 2 days into my period where I got severely cold. And I mean, like I'm not over exaggerating. Like the type of cold that I felt was like someone threw me in the snow and buried me. It's summertime, but I was so cold that I had sweatpants on, had a sweatshirt on with a long sleeve underneath it, and I still couldn't get warm. And I had socks on, so I told my boyfriend, put another set of socks on because I'm freezing. And after that, like I was like, I can't take it anymore. Like I was shivering so much. I was like, I'm just gonna go lay down. And this was like at nighttime. I think it was like at 7 o'clock, 8 p.m. I told him, I can't do it anymore. Like I was shivering so much that my body was like clenching. Like, and for me doing that, it hurt. My body hurt so much. So I was laying down and I told him, I can't get warm. So I made him throw I have like a really big thick blanket. So I threw that on top of me, and I'm still just like, and then I told him, oh, give me another blanket. So he threw his blanket on me, and I was still shivering. And I told him, go get my daughter's blanket, which it was like another thick blanket. So he threw that one on top of me. It was like an hour after, and I'm still just sitting there, just like, and like my mouth was like trembling, just like jittery, just like going crazy. And then I even told him, hey, like get the heating pad. And he's like, why? I was like, because I'm gonna put my hands inside the heating pad just to see, because like I read that your hands, if they're warm, your body's gonna be warm, or your feet, if they're warm, then your body's gonna be warm. So I put the heating pad on my stomach, inside of my blankets and in my sweater, and I had my hands just like inside, so that way I was touching my body, my stomach and stuff, so that way I can try to get warm fast. It didn't take me till like 4 or 5 hours to finally calm down, to like start to get warm, and that's when I knocked out. I'm scared it's gonna happen again, and I did call the doctor because I told her, it was so scary, and she's like, it's normal. And I'm like, no, like you don't understand, like I was crying and everything because I was so cold. And she's like, no, like that's normal. You lost 20% of your body fat within a few months, so you lost your insulation. So also another thing that they talk about during VSG is hair loss. I started taking biotin before I did the surgery. 3.5 months in is when I started losing hair, and I mean a crazy excessive amount of hair. I'll post a picture right here. So this is me after washing my hair. That's a whole lot of hair. I lost all the hair in the shower, so that was just after one shampoo. That's a lot of hair. And then I'm gonna post another picture right here of when I got out of the shower. I brushed my hair and I lost more hair. After brushing my hair, like I took it off, and then like I wanted to show you guys how it looks like, and I'll post that one here again. That's a lot of hair. That's something that like seriously concerns me, because I feel like I'm gonna go bald. I started buying all kinds of hair products, vitamins, hair serums, different shampoos, different everything. And like I think I finally like starting to take in that when you get VSG surgery, it's not something that's gonna heal from the outside in. It needs to be healed from the inside out. And then you also grow your hair back. I know you grow your hair back, and it takes about a year for it to like start growing. And my hair has always been long, so to feel like, because I'm losing so much and it's thinning, I'm gonna have to like cut it. So that just makes me kind of sad. Stay on top of your vitamins. Your vitamins are crucial because you don't want any vitamin deficiencies, because you can start losing your teeth, you can start losing more of your hair, other things can happen, and I don't want anything happening to you guys. Just stay on your vitamins, drink, eat your protein. Listen to other people with their experiences that they have also been through, and you got this. You can totally do it. I actually feel like I'm loving myself. Like it's like a new beginning. So I did go to Amazon and I went and bought stuff that I feel like is gonna work for me. And let me just go over everything that I bought. First off, I bought a portable heating pad. This is the heating pad. It can wrap around my belly. So the only thing is with this, it does vibrate. You don't have to put the vibration on. Keep going until it turns off. The temperature is going to stay on and you can make it higher. I think this underneath the sweater or underneath your blanket, just to like help soothe your coldness, I think this would be great. So I even went and got new like fuzzy pajamas. I have not opened them yet, so we'll try them on in a little bit and I'll show you like what they look like. Another must-have that I feel like you guys are gonna need. So my feet are always cold, so I feel like this heating pad for my feet just makes sense, especially for the fall and winter. I feel like this is gonna be a must-have. I'm gonna link it into my Amazon storefront if you guys wanted to like shop and like check out what I have. I also bought these little booties. So these, you throw them in the microwave, which I think is going to be great for when I go to sleep. Just put them in the microwave, get them warm, and then pop them on and then lay down in the bed with a big blanket, with me being super cozy. And of course, I feel like all VSG girlies or anyone who got VSG done who is constantly cold is gonna need one of these. I have not opened it yet, but it's a heating blanket. I feel like this is gonna be my best friend all year round. Right now, let's get those pajamas on. Hold on, no licking. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so these are the pajamas. They're warm. I wish like all the fuzzy part was inside, because you see how like fuzzy it is? You see, it's fuzzy. But the inside is kind of like bland. I don't know how to explain clothing. If you guys want to do VSG, do a lot of research, think about it, because it's a total lifestyle change. I love it, I don't regret it, and I would do it 1,000 times. If you guys want to buy any of this, I'm going to add it onto my Amazon storefront, and just let me know what you think of this video, and we'll come back again with another one talking about like my updates or anything else you want to hear or know about VSG. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!